Hey guys, I'm Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is the weekly intuitive astrology reading for May 22nd to the 28th. I really hope I'm not lagging. It's looking like it's lagging. Meh. Let me just check this really quick. Sorry guys. For those of you guys who are new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. The liking and obviously the subscribing too, but the liking and the commenting really does help the video circulate so other people can find the video. So if you are enjoying it, please be sure to do so, even if it's just a little smiley face. I'm just going to take a minute to just check the feed with my computer and just make sure that it's looking okay, because like this is gonna be a long video, and if it's lagging, that's not gonna be good, and recording it again is gonna be like not so fun. So let me just check it really fast. Give me 1 second, guys. Yes. Oh, it looks okay. Oh, it looks okay. Oh, it looks okay. Sorry about the feedback. Okay. All right. I'm also not recording on my normal device, so the lighting and stuff isn't super awesome, but that's okay. We are here. It doesn't really matter if it's fancy, right? So for those of you guys who are new, the way this is going to work, I'm going to go over the astrology of the week, give you my 2 cents on it. Excuse me. I'm also going to do some channel messages for the collective and the elements as well. Now, I'm recording this on Sunday, the 21st. I did a live earlier today, and I can see how it actually intertwines with the energy of the week. So if you guys didn't watch that live, feel free to watch it. You don't have to. I forgot what I called it. Like Gemini 606 Fibonacci spiral, I think is what I labeled it. Something like that. But anyway, so I talked about in the end how I kept getting pulled to 525. Now I know why. I don't know why I whispered that, but now I know why. So before I get into the astrology, 524, 525 is going to be this interesting window where the moon is going to move into Leo. And with the moon being in Leo, it's actually going to aspect pretty much everything that's going down this week. But what's happening this week is lessons of Leo. So this is why when I was feeling this window, that's why moon being in Leo is going to be really important, because there are these lessons that we're needing to, I'll say, look at, okay, when it comes to our own Leo energy. We all have the signs in our chart, so we're all able to tap into these energies. The signs represent different aspects of life. That's why we're all part of it, right? That's why even in like your natal chart, whatever your rising sign is, each of those houses is influenced by the signs in different ways. But this lessons of Leo, it's around social skills. And you can break that down into leadership, how we are individually contributing to society or even social groups or projects. So something like more on the micro level, like work, or I don't know, like fun, right, with like friends, or on the macro level, which is like more society, collective, right, that sort of deal. Or like I don't know why public speaking just came up. That's not what I wanted to say. Like volunteering, philanthropy, things like that. But the social skills of it, how do we play with others? Do we play well with others? How do we assert ourselves? How do we captivate others? Do we have the skills to get people to see us, to listen to us, to hear what we have to say, so that we can actually contribute what it is we're trying to contribute? Or do we need some assistance in that? So it's just like really evaluating that, where in terms of what needs improvement, maybe what we need to let go of, and also what we can take forward into the future as an asset. So it's really just evaluating Leo within all of us. And Leo's also playful and romantic and flirty and generous. So it could also be that side of your life, or how you're coming across when it comes to people. This is a huge theme of like image. Like, are you expressing yourself and acting in a way that is actually a good representation of who you really are at the core? Or is there something getting lost in translation there that is within your control to adjust, right? That's a huge thing that's going on between this 524, 525 window, but also with the course of this week. Oh, there was something else that just wanted to be spoken on. Come back, come back, come back. I felt it, and then it just like fleeted away. I was like, no. Triggers. Thank you. Triggers. Triggers. There's going to be triggers that are going to come up around this, so that we can see this. We can evaluate this for ourselves on the individual level between 524, 525. It could fall out of that window too, but that's most likely when we're going to experience it. There might be a little bit of difficulty or internal fight with your own intuition and instincts at the beginning of the week, because this window is here, but it is to get us to question ourselves. Like, that's the whole point, right? Especially with all this forward movement of doing relationships differently, the dynamics of relationships changing, codes, even you want to put it in terms of that, in terms of in those terms, excuse me, like new relationship codes, that relationships really are different and we are connecting to each other differently, and we all need to kind of relearn a little bit there. So, in terms of all that, what needs improvement, what you need to maybe not do anymore, not engage with anymore, or let go of as far as social skills are concerned, and what you already have as an asset as we move forward. So if you get triggered a lot between 524 and 525, or again through the course of this week, just know it's to help you with that. All right, as we're pushing forward. So that's just something I wanted to mention real quick. But let's go ahead and get into the astrology. We got a lot. We got a lot going on. So we have like three little clusters here. The first cluster is pretty major. So this cluster, I'm going to be referring to Mars, Pluto, Jupiter, the Sun, and the North Node. The North Node's really interesting. So, and I've talked about this a little bit. The North Node right now is at Taurus 3 degrees. It'll shift into Aries in July. I forget the exact date. I can look it up later. It doesn't totally matter. But anyway, the North Node has been square Pluto for a bit because Pluto's been at 0 degrees in Aquarius for a while. And now that Jupiter's moved into Taurus, the North Node is working with Taurus, and it will be exact conjunct with Jupiter. Excuse me. July 1st, no, June 1st. Interesting, I want to say July. June 1st, the North Node will be exact conjunct Jupiter. Talk about a big push forward, right? North Node is actually also square Mars in Leo this week because Mars has moved into Leo. This Mars moving into Leo in these early degrees, and then everything that Mars is aspecting, and then the moon moving into Leo, like 524 or 525, huge part of why that is being emphasized for us this week. These lessons of Leo, these assets of Leo, the shadow of Leo, and how we show up in terms of contributing socially and leading socially, playing socially, how we're seen socially is a huge social component. But anyway, back to this North Node energy. So square Pluto, square Mars, and conjunct Jupiter. Again, this huge push forward because of Jupiter, right? Unlocking these doors and also bringing a sense of optimism to where we're going. But the squares to Pluto and Mars kind of has a little bit of a drag on it, right? It's kind of, it's causing this tension, this stress, this restriction around, again, how we show up, how we assert ourselves, but also the shadow of Aquarius, right? The shadow of what it means to be part of a group, part of a collective. I mean, you could even look at that as like, what's the shadow of group dynamics? Like mob mentality, conformity, ganging up on people, right? This is just like, just off the top of my head, there's all kinds of shadow when it comes to group dynamics. And as I was mentioning in the live I did earlier, this whole moving through the Fibonacci spiral, through that energy of 6 during the season of Gemini, where there's a lot of stuff coming up from the past, particularly things that happened between September of 2022 and March 2023, bringing that up in the present so that we can cleanse, right? We can see it for what it is, and especially in terms of all this Leo energy this week, bring it into the present, improved, reevaluated, taking assets with us so that we can move forward into the future. This is all about how do you play well with others? How do you show up in terms of contributing socially, or even when it comes to very close relationships like flirting and romance and play and all of that. So again, in the context of Leo, but the square Pluto and square Mars is going to start to bring up this tension and this stress this week, okay? Let's see what else. Yeah, power struggles. Power struggles are going to be pretty big because Pluto is going to be opposing Mars as well. That opposition with Pluto, there's a lot of Pluto activity this week too, so that's also going to bring up power struggles, but the fact that Mars and Pluto are both present, they both speak to that. And they're both in fixed signs. And not to mention we have all this Taurus energy, also a lot of fixed energy. Anytime you're talking fixed energy, you're talking about a power struggle, especially like if there's all these squares going on. But just know that that's going to be part of the triggering. That's going to be part of you wanting to assert yourself, or it's almost like desiring certain outcomes and doubting yourself because maybe it's not happening, or maybe you're feeling weird energy, or maybe people are responding weird to you, but it is to get you to question how you assert your energy socially, or if you're trying to lead or you're trying to get people to see you. That's what Leo energy is. Leo energy is all about being seen. Leo energy is, I will captivate you so you hear me and you listen to me. That is Leo energy. And Leo does it with charm and charisma. So if you have any like triggers around that, like your own insecurities, it's going to be coming up. All right. Now, moving further with Pluto, Pluto is also square Jupiter. So that's going to amplify everything that I just said. Jupiter is going to be expanding that tension as well. While it's pushing us forward, it's also expanding and intensifying the tension of things that we need to evaluate in these certain skill sets and how we're moving forward. Okay. Hold on, let me get a little water. So, a little side note, my asthma's been pretty bad. So, I've been taking a lot of time to just kind of like nurse my respiratory system. Hold on, let me adjust the camera a little bit. To nurse my respiratory system, which is why I didn't do the weekly yesterday, which is why I'm doing it today. But just bear with me if I need to stop and take a minute. So with my notes, I also have things that were channeled as I was writing my astrology notes. So one more thing. Pluto will be sextile Neptune, and in the beginning of the week, trine the sun. That trine sun energy brings about this feeling of like, I want to be victorious. I want to win. I want to feel powerful. I also want to understand. That's also something that just came up too. I want to understand, especially with Gemini Aquarius. So it's actually going to help with evaluating some of this stuff within yourself. But the sextile to Neptune also opens us up for acceptance and to see the bigger picture of things, but to find some, like, it almost feels soothing to me. It almost feels like coming under a waterfall a little bit, like, because this can be intense. This can be kind of intense. This can be kind of emotional. It can be kind of prickly, and it can be just be kind of heavy and dense. So that Neptune energy feels really good to me. Now, it's not really strong because Pluto's at 0 degrees, Neptune's at 27, but it is this opportunity to find healing in all of this and acceptance in all of this, and then just continue moving forward. But something that I did write down in the beginning of the week, there's an added boost of I want to feel powerful and victorious, specifically within groups, and then my role, in quotes, in the bigger picture. To be powerful and to feel, they keep correcting me, to feel powerful and victorious within your role within groups moving forward, how that can be improved upon. Moving on, Mars is sextile the sun and is also square Jupiter. So you're seeing you see these repetitive themes here of what I've been talking about. Mars is also going to amplify things too, because it is playing off of the sun and it's playing off of Jupiter, while Jupiter is also playing off of Pluto, and they're all playing off of the North Node. So it's just like amplification on amplification on amplification of, yes, move forward, but keep evaluating these things along the way, right? Mars is going to amplify the desire for success, to win, to be victorious. There's a lot of this like winning and victorious energy. And because we have a lot of squares, just be mindful it doesn't fall into the shadow, right? Of what that is. That's a false power. That's an egoistic power of to be in control or to be dominant or to be number one or whatever it is. Because we're looking at leadership and contribution, societally speaking, and collaborating with other people and getting in these group dynamics in a way that's more evolved, right? That's healthier. That is way more about the whole and not just the individual. Like praising someone as number one, it's not gonna do shit. It's like that doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't get stuff done, and it also doesn't mean you're actually respected either, right? You could be praised as number one or respected as number one for whatever reason, or you could measure your level of success by, I don't know, like how many followers you have, or I don't know, like what, like in these very superficial, not soul-oriented ways that actually help the collective, right? So it's about walking that line. Anyway, oh yeah, I literally wrote seeing the line in quotation marks, seeing the line. So that's the first big cluster. The next cluster, Uranus, Venus, Vesta, and there's a little bit of play with Chiron and Lilith. Yeah. So Vesta, a lot of you who've been with me for a while know that the way I've been working in astrology, it's all intuitive for me. But obviously there's like some concrete stuff here, like some like tangible study going on here too. But I also tap into these different celestial bodies and actually work with them energetically. And as I've been working with Vesta, my work with Vesta has gotten me to understand that Vesta represents blueprints. It represents sacred mission, the way that life feels sacred, the way we make life to be. I literally put living sacredly in quotation marks as a channeling here. So with Vesta being in Taurus, it's really been putting into the forefront because we've been working with all this Taurus energy, and the North Node's been in Taurus. Vesta's been helping us to come full circle with these lessons of the North Node of living sacredly and living with integrity and accountability, and also living in a way where it's like we are now ready, if we haven't already, revamped our own foundations within ourselves and how we're living and what we're going to build upon for the future in a way where it's not going to fall apart, right? And in a way where it's also very nourishing for us and for other people. But coming back, so Vesta and Taurus this week is working with Uranus and Venus in very positive ways, which got me very excited. That Uranus component is going to bring some change. It's going to bring this excitement. Whoa, they just corrected me. The moon. So when the moon moves into Leo, it's going to square everything that's in Taurus. And it's going to go one by one by one because the moon moves really fast, right? It's like every 2.5, 3 days it shifts into the next sign. So as the moon moves into Leo, one by one, it's going to square off everything that's pushing us forward to get us to, again, like question ourselves in terms of our own Leo energy. So while Uranus working with Vesta is all about change and revamping the vision, if you will, of what it means to live sacredly on an individual level and how we can contribute collectively to help other people live sacredly so we can all live sacredly as a collective, the moon is going to aggravate this. It's probably going to bring anxiety, okay? Because when the moon goes square Uranus, that'll definitely be like well into 525, again, depending on where you are in the world, but that'll definitely be well into 525. And again, the window's 524 to 525. Anyway, it's gonna bring anxiety. But don't let that deter you. It's just to get you to really look at yourself in terms of your own Leo energy. That's all it is. But it's a really positive thing working with Vesta. Now, there's also a sextile between Venus and Vesta, which I just love because Venus is in Cancer and Vesta's in Taurus, and it is this very like homey, yummy, like let's make life feel good, let's make life feel comfortable and full of practical and emotional support, especially in terms of community and tribe and all of that. It's like the mother and the father coming together in a way. And I really love that, especially because it's Venus and Vesta in a sextile. That means there's going to be doors opening when it comes to relationships. And Venus is also sextile Uranus as well. So Uranus is going to add the little bit of boost in that kind of component of like fated events when it comes to relationships. Now, this can go many ways depending on what's going on in our lives, right? This could be fated meetings. This could be suddenly there's like a spiciness to your relationship, like things are inspiring and things are new, or things are like maybe they're breaking down a little bit, but to allow for that kind of change to happen. If you've been stagnant with somebody, it's going to be time to shake things up. And if there's resistance to that because maybe on some level it's actually something that needs to fall away, just let it fall away. But expect changes around relationships and also whatever that you're creating as far as making your life sacred or how you live your life sacredly. There will be changes there too, but in a way that's going to be very supportive. But just remember, 524 to 525 might bring up some anxiety in terms of that, but it's just to get you to see how to improve upon it as far as how you assert yourself, show up and contribute socially, how you get people to see you. Are you, again, like communicating or acting in a way that really is aligned to you, or is there something getting lost in translation, just like needing to reevaluate that stuff? But it's really, really positive. I really like it. Now, while that's all dandy, there will be some triggers, like I mentioned. Chiron is in Aries at 18 degrees and is square Venus this week. Strongest on 525. Strongest on this window. Yes, there will be triggers, but it will also be liberating, and it's also going to help you to, again, evolve your Leo energy for where you're trying to go, and also to just express yourself in a way that really aligns to who you are so that things don't get lost. And there's always going to be people who don't get you That's always going to be the case. We're all awkward humans and we're all different. We're all not going to be besties, right? We're all different for a reason. But it's just to improve on the like relaying who you really are. Chiron is trine Lilith, and Lilith is in Leo. So again, when the moon moves into Leo, 524, 525, it's going to go conjunct Lilith, which is going to be nice because it feels like the beginning of the week, there's a little bit of this intuitive confusion. Like our instincts are like giving us weird feedback as far as like engaging with people or external reality. But when, as the moon starts to work with Lilith and then moves on to Virgo and other things, again, the first quarter, I don't know if I mentioned this, the first quarter moon's also this week. I believe it's on the 27th in Virgo. But as the moon moves on from that, we're actually getting more of our intuitive sharpness and clarity back, which is going to feel good. And Lilith working with the moon will help with that. But it's also going to give us clarity on, I see how maybe I've had these certain desires and impulses, and maybe I haven't been going about it the right way. Maybe I haven't been engaging with people in the proper way so that people understand where I'm coming from, right? That kind of deal. It's taking that strong, impulsive Lilith Leo energy, which can be fiery and sexy and captivating and confident, and just making sure we're communicating and expressing in a way that is really intentional, mindful, and again, not lost in translation or shadow or any of that. Now, if you have any trauma or programming or insecurities around how people see you, around like fifth house, 11th house energy, how people see you, or relationships, group dynamics, especially friendships, because like fifth house, 11th house, Aquarius, Leo, right? That's going to be pretty strong this week. And this is a collective energy. And so I was thinking about this too before recording, like astrologically speaking, if you looked at your chart, how you could understand the intensity of how this is going to be for you. And it's going to be a lot of people, because I was going through it. It's like, yeah, if you have any malefic planets like Saturn, Mars, Pluto in Leo or Taurus or a fixed sign, but really Leo, you're going to feel it. It's going to be really intense. Or a Chiron or North Node or even South Node in Leo or Taurus or Aquarius, yeah, you're really going to feel this. If you have any houses that are ruled by Leo, Taurus, Aquarius that are like malefic houses that deal with karma, like 8th house, 12th house, or even loss, like 6th house, or being seen, like 5th house, 11th house, 2nd house, 1st house, right? It's like that covers a lot of ground, right? So a lot of people will really, really feel this. But anyway, I want to move on to the last thing because like time is getting away and I just forgot to do a timestamp. I just realized I forgot the timestamp. Oh well. Anyway, last cluster, Mercury, Saturn, and a lullaby. What was I saying? And a little bit of Pallas Athena Sun energy. So Pallas Athena is also in Leo, 8 to 10 degrees this week, and will be square Mercury in Taurus. At the beginning of the week, Mercury is going to be sextile Saturn. At the end of the week, the Sun will be square Saturn. Now, this is going to really bring up more of that like power struggle a little bit with the fixed signs, particularly with Leo. Pallas Athena and Leo is really guiding this cluster. And I say that just because it's working so strongly with Mercury throughout the entire week, and it is in Leo, and the moon will affect this as well. Pallas Athena Leo is all about how to read the room, really, is what Pallas Athena Leo is. Like the ability to read the room and use your own people skills and charisma to problem solve, to mediate, to get things on track, to guide the people, if you will. That's what Pallas Athena Leo energy is. And again, if you have that skill set, you're cool. If you struggle with this skill set, it's going to be obvious. And it's just about some self-work there. Or if you have any insecurities or hangups around that kind of stuff, it's going to come up. Now, with it being square Mercury and Taurus, Mercury, Taurus, again, Taurus is helping us to be led future forward, right? And we are in the post shadow for Mercury retrograde. And so if you've had some stuff come up with Mercury retrograde, this is probably going to be a finalizing lesson here as it's working with Pallas Athena this week. And it does feel like a clash a little bit, almost like a tug of war between Taurus and Leo. Like where Leo's more about like the people skill side of things, creative solution, again, reading the room using charisma. Taurus is about black and white practicality. here's the right way, here's the wrong way, and it's like needing to see the line. But again, it's going to help you to evaluate your skill set of Leo, how you can improve, or if you're shadowy in it. Maybe it's a little too robustly healthy, that maybe, pulling back on the reins a little bit, or like taking a little bit more of a backseat in your own Leo energy. Or if you're golden and it's an asset, like really accepting that and embracing that and utilizing that more moving forward, right? So again, take that as it resonates. Now, Saturn being here, Saturn's going to call into question like the path that we're walking forward and how strongly we are committed and devoted to it. So that's only why I wanted to mention that Saturn's at play, because while we are reevaluating this particular skill set within ourselves, Saturn's also going to bring up this notion of like, so are you ready to take that moving forward? There are things that we need to commit to. There are things that we need to be devoted to. There are paths that we need to walk. Are you ready to continue moving forward as you are learning this or checking this about yourself? Okay. Okay. That's everything going on astrologically. Now, like I said, my fixed signs you're going to feel this week the most. Leos in particular, you will feel this. You will feel this. You will feel this, especially if there are any like cuspers or anybody who you have strong planets in Gemini, Cancer, Leo, or anywhere in that whole like range. You're really going to feel this week. Taurus is right behind Leos, totally going to feel this week as well. Like I said, fixed signs, so Scorpios, you're in the mix there, but really Leos and Tauruses are at the forefront here as far as feeling this week. And of course, I'd look to those houses to see where things are going down. Your house of Leo and your house of Taurus are going to have a face-off. There's going to be a push-pull there. And I'm thinking for myself, I'm like, where's mine? So for me, I'm Cancer rising. For me, that would be my second house and my 11th house. Ew. And that's going to be fun. Just gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh at this stuff. Yeah, it's a face-off this week between Leo and Taurus. But Gemini and Aquarius, there's a lot of things to discover there. I heard playground. The houses of Gemini and Aquarius, it feels like there's like nuggets of valuable insight that are going to be like popping up for us, especially in terms of what we're learning about our own Leo energy. There's something there that feels good and playful. I think more so Gemini than Aquarius. Like, again, the houses, right? Like what that represents for you. It almost feels like a nice little escape, or almost like a bridge in a way, to get to these insights about the Leo energy. So I would just look at your charts wherever you have Gemini or Aquarius. And again, more so Gemini than Aquarius, because Aquarius is where Pluto is, which is going to, again, more of this like bringing up all this past stuff, right? And all this shadow around groups and community and group dynamics. Yeah, something about that feels really good and playful. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do some readings. Let's do some readings. Let me get my timestamp list ready, because y'all already know, because I forgot. All right. What are we gonna do for collective? I guess we'll do these two. Wait, did I pull all my cards out? Oh shoot, hold on. I did. Okay, I did. So I didn't unbox my stuff yet. I'm looking at the stacks and I'm just like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I've kind of been taking the last 2 days to just kind of like sleep, recover, find a little balance with myself. So yeah, I'm not ready to go there yet. But let's dive into the Gaia Oracle, and we're going to use the Energy Oracle. Ooh. They said just do Energy Oracle. Okay. Alrighty. Again, there's going to be the collective reading, and then we're going to get into the elements. Let me timestamp. I wrote it down so that this wouldn't happen. Okay. All right, collective. How y'all doing today? You doing good? Good. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Again, there's a spectrum with this Leo energy, right? There's some of you who are on the extreme end of don't put me in the spotlight ever. Don't ask me to speak in front of people. Don't ask me to lead people. Just leave me in the back where I belong in the corner reading a book, right? There are those people. And then there's the way other end of the spectrum where it's almost like maybe taking control away from people too much. Maybe wanting too much praise, maybe wanting to be number one a little too much, and then there's in the middle. So the spectrum of where we all fall, so Jesus, excuse me, where we all fall in the spectrum will be highlighted this week to be very clear, and also with the people around you. So this is also where there's going to be some discomfort and power struggles because we're all like finding our groove with our own Leo energy. So some people might be overdoing it, some people might be underdoing it, and then that push pull is going to cause a little bit of anxiety. Yeah, it's like I'm just feeling really anxious all of a sudden. And again, depending on where this falls in your houses, it's going to manifest differently for you. For some of you, like if you have Leo 4th house, it's probably going to be all around family, or how much you entertain people, you don't entertain people, right? Does your living space, is it receptive to play? Is it receptive to fun? Some of you, oh, I just heard Aries. So this might relate to people who have strong Aries. I want to say like sun, moon, rising, north, south node. Doesn't mean it has to hold true, but whoever resonates with Aries energy might resonate with this. Excuse me. Shaman birds. Oh, goodness. It's like there's a called out that I think that some of you have been called out or might be called out on this, on how you assert your energy and how you assert yourself. Where it's almost too serious, which is interesting because I think of Aries as being kind of playful. So again, this might not be for everybody, but this could just be, and this could also be an example of how people misinterpret your intentions or misinterpret who you are as a person because maybe of how you say things or maybe how you handle things. Again, it's just to get you to question yourself, to take accountability where need be. Now, some people just got their problems. Some people just got their hangups, and that just is what it is, but it's up for you to discern that, right? But anyway, some of you might feel called out this week, or might have already been called out where you recognize maybe you do take things a little too seriously, or maybe you do assert yourself a little too much in a way where maybe you take fun away from other people, or maybe you take the spotlight away from other people in a way that like, it's like taking their power away a little bit, or like stealing their thunder, all in the realm of this. But just be mindful, there might be a calling out that happens. Any messages or insights for the collective this week? You know, I don't know if it's because I'm back in Sedona or if it's just the energies, but I feel like I've been snapped further back into place. Like even just the way I've been channeling lately, I'm like, oh yeah. Like something feels like there's more flow. I don't know. It's interesting. Just a tangent. Anyway, any messages or insights for the collective for this week? I'm getting elephants and hippos. That's kind of funny. Elephants to me are all about breaking down barriers. There's also wisdom that comes with elephants too. And hippos I see as like very strong feminine power, but I do see them as assertion. Like shadowy hippo energy can be like, rah, right, really angry and kind of out of control. Some people might have some very fiery moments of like kind of like freak it out to like have a little bit of a clarity moment. Sometimes we just gotta lose our shit to like see our own shadow a little bit more. And sometimes people need it so that people take us seriously. Ooh, that feels like a distortion. That feels like a distortion. Anyway, so some of you guys might have some moments or a moment, and it will bring clarity, whether it's, you know, in a way that you may feel embarrassed or in a way where someone else feels embarrassed. Because it has a feeling of shame and embarrassment attached to it. It's interesting. Anyway, first card out, door to spirit, 32, breaking down to a 5. We like this. We like this. We like this. We like this. This has an Ace of Wands kind of feeling to it. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. It has an Ace of Wands feeling, but it doesn't feel fiery, which is like, how do I explain this? It's excitement. It feels like excitement. It actually feels like an invitation. So some of you guys might be getting invited into certain opportunities or or social situations at that. But this feels like an invitation. This feels like a come hither, come walk through the door. There's cool stuff behind this door. Um, and it is speaking to the soul, which is why I keep getting this like Ace of Wands feeling off of it. Like there's exciting stuff behind this door. Like that's how it's feeling. It's feeling very like playful and exciting and intriguing. And it does feel like some of you, it could even just be an invitation by spirit. Like maybe this is something that's happening all by yourself and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna go do that thing. You know what? I'm gonna go take that vacation. You know what? I'm gonna go try that hobby. You know, whatever it is, where like you're feeling inspired, there's cool stuff awaiting. Now, again, some of you, this invitation could be coming by way of a person or a job opportunity, something like that. But it's like, it's inspiring and it's exciting. I like it. It's making me smile. It's kind of like, ooh. It's kind of like that. It's like there's something too that speaks to the inner child here. Like, ooh, a gold door. I'm gonna see what's going on over there. It's kind of, it's cute. It's cute. It's adorable. It's alluring. It's exciting. It's inspiring. It just makes the soul feel good. Let's see. Wow, holy crap. We got the crown chakra card. 7th chakra, 41, another 5. 2 5s. Major changes afoot here. Also freedom. 5 is an energy of change, but it's also an energy of freedom and liberation. And like I said, the moon moving into Leo and working with Lilith, while it can be uncomfortable and maybe triggering, it's going to also be very liberating at the same time. And I feel like that's what this is. The crown chakra coming in here, there is more of a connection to spirit, especially the fact that literally the door to spirit, connection to spirit, connection to self, but also connection to some larger truth and insight. Some of you might have a lot of crown third eye energy start to happen. So if you need to like take some time, but whatever door some of you are walking through this week, your soul is excited. Your inner child is excited. It's just, it feels good. And yeah, it's a question mark because it's like, it's not clear what's behind it, but it feels really good. This may even be Uranus at work for some of you, like an unexpected opportunity, an unexpected path, an unexpected meeting. And it's like, ooh, pretty. It's kind of like that. And if that's the case too, where it's like an opportunity or person and it's just faded, like you're gonna feel it in your body. Like I feel like the tingles, right? Like goosebumps in a way, but more electric than that. Oh my god, my crown is like really starting to hurt. Any other messages or insights this week? Any other messages or insights this week? Door to value in reverse behind the crown chakra. Yeah, whatever this invitation is. Wait, hold on. What's the number here? Oh, it's a 4. 554. Whatever the invitation is here, it's also getting you to see like the change that you need to make. So it is an invitation and it's alluring and it's pretty and it's exciting and your soul's like, yes. Yes, 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 yes. But this is what you're moving away from. It's what you're moving away from. This is totally Uranus at work. Excuse me, 100%. Some of you, this is also recognizing how to start to work from a place that's more from your soul, like being soul-led versus being like materially led by the external or societal expectations or materialism, capitalism, things like that. Like a scarcity minded mindset, like a scarcity mindset, and moving more towards being more spiritually oriented or following your soul, following your passion, your inner child. Again, I spoke to this, right? This like these changes around Vesta, the changes around blueprints, the changes around living sacredly, sustainably, versus trying to be number one or have power and control in some way. Like that's a very old paradigm and kind of like Capricorn a little bit, which is what we moved away from. Okay. Anyway, moving on. What is for you and what's not for you? What is for you and what's not for you? There's also a living authentically happening here that's very liberating. Things about yourself and the way that you're seen. Now they're bringing in the Leo energy. Yeah, like ways that people have seen you, treated you, how you've seen yourself. Again, the sense of like image in terms of like groups or being center stage, etc., 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 that have brought you sadness or shame or insecurity, and really looking at that stuff in the face and just being like, I am who I am. I will be who I will be. If I am weird, I am weird. And finding a new appreciation for yourself in that, which is also liberating and helping you to move through this door here and move away from feelings of rejection and shame and insecurity, and like not fitting in, or not fulfilling a specific expectation. Any other messages or insights for the collective this week? Yeah. Couldn't be more clear, right? Walking away in the upright, 27, breaking down to a 9. Wow. Hostilities. That's a 5 of Swords energy. 26, breaking down to an 8. We have like a lot of progressive energies. We have 5, 5, 4. Actually, I guess they're the other way, and then 9 and 8. But anyway, look at what you're moving away from. I'm getting this like very tender feeling too now. And this is like, I think, just getting to the core of you and maybe even like some inner child stuff here. Like the thing I was feeling about the social stuff around like shame and insecurity, rejection feels really big here. Rejection, abandonment feels really big. Being misunderstood feels really big. Some of you are going to have a better understanding as to the energy plays that are really going on when this happens, because I'm getting a purity, and that's where this tenderness is coming in, and that's why I'm feeling like this is like your inner child, or just the core of your soul, really. That there's a tenderness and purity there that some people can't handle. This isn't for everybody, but this is for some of you. So when you start to act from that pure place, I feel like whoever this is for, you're a very sensitive being. And when I say that, I'm like, maybe you identify as a highly sensitive person, like a HSP or whatever. But I mean, like your being, like your soul, you may identify with like specific starseed origins or empaths or whatever label you want to put on it. Yeah, you're more in tune with the core of your soul. That's how I'm seeing it. That's how I'm feeling it. You're just more in tune and connected and act from a core of your soul versus distortion and other crap. Okay? Other programmed crap. And so when you act from that place, that can be very triggering for some people. And it could evoke this hostilities energy. And I feel like for those of you who are in that boat, it's like I feel like a very hurt energy, and that's like it feels so pure and tender and inner childlike because it is pure and tender. It's soul energy, right? Reclaiming that a little bit, reclaiming acting from that energy, and to feel good to act from that energy, and really just turning away from people who can't handle it. Turning away from people who can't handle it. There's something else coming up here too. Again, with this door that you're walking away from. Again, recognizing what is for you, what's not for you. People who are stuck in the fight, people who are stuck in the I need to be number one, or superficiality, or winning the war, or dominance, taking power from people. Like again, all this like old distorted power nonsense. It's just a taking energy. It's not an energy from the soul. It's not an energy where everybody's in it together. That's not an energy where everybody's winning, right? Where there is no you versus me. It's just us. People who are not in that mentality, or people who are not ready for that, or environments that are not attuned to that, will evoke hostilities. And that's where you're like, oh, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm walking away from that. No, thank you. 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 It almost feels like taking like Mars Leo, which can be like in a shadow way, can be very assertive and very much like, you're going to listen to me. You're going to praise me. You're going to make sure that like you follow me. That can be very Mars Leo shadow. But it can also be very generous. It can also be very playful and very fun and very childlike, right? When you look at the signs, like in the houses anyway, like when you look at the fourth house to the fifth house, fourth house is like mother, family, when fifth house is child. Arguably, Gemini to me is very childlike, like inner child, but that's also at play too. But anyway, and bringing out more of that. Oh, okay. So that's the collective reading. Let's go ahead and get into elements here. Let me just make some space. All right. Who is first? Earth, air, water, fire. Air and water, you guys are calling to me. I feel, to be honest, I feel like there's clashing happening between air and water. I don't think we have any of that astrologically happening, but you could just be dealing with an air sign or water sign, right? Vice versa, and it could be not so great. Like I literally feel like storm, like hurricane. I feel like hurricane energy. Hopefully there's no hurricanes. I don't even know if it's hurricane season. I don't like follow that closely. It could also, and I actually got this message last week about the two being of the two minds, right? Was it last week or was it alive? I had this message recently of being of two minds, like the head and the heart, and needing to find the middle, needing to find the truth in both, and walking with that, owning that, and not having one or the other dominate you, right? That's like high priestess energy. So who are we going with then? Air or water? Air. Okay, I heard air. We're gonna go with air first. We'll probably go with water after that. Okie dokie. Hi, air signs. So if you didn't get my spiel about the whole air water thing, go back a couple minutes. It's worth hearing, actually. I feel like there's some strong messages in there for some of you. All right. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Exacerbated. That word just came up. Exacerbated. It's funny I did a sigh because I feel like you guys need to take a breath. You guys need some fresh air. You guys need to get up from the table. Need to walk away from a group. It's almost like, yeah, you need to like go for a walk and clear your head is kind of what I'm getting from my air signs. Like something's kind of ruffled your feathers. Getting exacerbated, or you feel exacerbated. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, I feel like you could definitely use some nature and some grounding. Something has worked you up. Yeah, it feels like something like got you in a tizzy. Whether you're just over it or like someone's like worn you the fuck out. Like, I think it's more that like you just feel really worn out by a situation or a relationship or a group, and you're just like, I gotta go for a freaking walk. I gotta clear my head. That's how it's feeling. Oh, am I taking these? Octopus and mouse. I guess that would describe that energy. That doesn't feel good. Mouse is anxious. Mouse is getting really focused on details. It can be a very mercurial energy, even though it's coming across as earth. Octopus is like the devil card for me. It can be codependency. It can be a restriction, a strangling, even if the intentions are good, if you're dealing with another person, right? But yeah, this is feeling like getting really, really bogged down in the mind and anxiety and details. And it's just like, I keep wanting to breathe. Like I keep wanting to have sighs of relief with your energy. Like this is kind of draining the life out of you. But at the same time, it's like working up into a tizzy, which like it almost feels like a vicious cycle, right? Where it's like things get really worked up or things get heated or you get stressed or the mind goes crazy. And then you're like, oh my God, I need a break. I need to like take a walk. I need to do some breath work. And you come back and it's all the same. It feels very cyclical. Feels very cyclical. This could be you working yourself up over a project or trying to understand something or research something, but it could absolutely be a social situation or relationship. And you're just like, I can't fucking take this anymore. Like that's how it's coming across. Like, I can't take this anymore. Anything else from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Frog. Oh, I just felt chills in my body. This is emotional cleansing and release. You're stuck in I want to say it's a mental cycle. And when I say that, it's like something in the mind. Something you can't get past something. You can't get past something, or you can't make sense of something. And every time you kind of come back to it, whether it's just between you and you, or it's between you and another person, it's like the vicious cycle like rears its head, and then you like walk away, and then you come back, and it's the same thing over and over and over and over. And what's really at the core of it is you can't get past something with another person, or you can't find clarity and understanding about something. Like you can't figure something out, or you can't figure someone out. Or you and somebody is just in a vicious cycle and you can't work through something. Well, time to drop into the heart. This is kind of what I was getting in that little like air versus water thing when I was deciding which element to go with. The mind versus the heart. It's time to get real with what it is that you're actually feeling, not the mental confusion you're having, or not like the wall you keep banging yourself against, right? It's time to go deeper. It's time to not look at the black and white of it. It's time to move past the logic of it. Because this is saying that emotionally is actually the root of what's going on here. It's an emotional root. It's emotional. It's not mental. It's emotional. I feel like I had this message for you guys recently. Like your mind might be confused, but that's because your heart really has the answer, and your heart's like, listen to me. Listen. I know what's really keeping you stuck. I know why you keep hitting this wall with this person, or with yourself, or with this problem, or this issue, or this project, or this work thing, whatever it is. Listen to me. That's what your heart is saying. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. Yeah, you guys really gotta ground. I want to say you really gotta get into your body, because there is a disconnect. Like you're living like here up. Like you're not here. You're not in your belly. You're not in your feet. You're not in the earth. Like you're here. You're here right now. And the answer lies here. Buffalo. Buffalo to me is kind of like a tower card. It's a card that indicates that there's change afoot, but it is earth energy. But through grounding, through grace, through trust, through patience, you can see the way forward, and you can see the way forward with gentility and grace, and you're going to move through any troubling times. But you got to be grounded, and it landed on this. It's interesting because I get so much mental energy here, but this is earth and water. But I get just air. And the buffalo saying, hey, this is a cycle, and it needs to be broken. It needs to be broken. And the only way you're going to break it is by approaching it differently. Getting grounded, breathing. I want to say breathe. Breathe. Dropping into your heart and your soul, because your heart and your soul are telling you exactly how to deal with this. And it's actually, and your heart and soul are actually saying, yes, something about this cycle needs to end, and something needs to be let go of emotionally. That could be something you're hung up on emotionally. That could be a trauma. It could be a program, but it's something emotional that's actually part of why this like cycle has been a cycle, and it's been making you crazy. Okay? The way forward is through the heart and the soul, and through being grounded and patient, and doing this differently. What is the definition of insanity? Doing something over and over and expecting a different result. And you've been doing something over and over and over, expecting a different result. The only way to do that is just to do it differently. Ooh, we likey. This feels like an ascension. This feels like elevated energy. We have Cosmic Egg and the Moth. Cosmic Egg is crown chakra energy. I feel like this might be the weekly card. We'll see. There always seems to be a weekly card with the animals. But anyway, this is crown chakra energy. This speaks to moving into new cycles of personal growth and evolution. So you could take it to the extreme of like ascension activations, or you can take it to just the level of like, I'm growing as an individual. Moth is charismatic energy, it's magnetic energy, it's like being drawn to the flame, being drawn to the light. It's kind of like an unstoppable energy. Like it's hard to break the focus of the moth. It's hard to break the focus of the moth. It feels like this is a growing moment for you. And it feels like I'm getting like the world card and Saturn energy a little bit. Some of you guys are going through a Saturn return right now. which Saturn is in Pisces. But it feels like there's a very important lesson, is how this is feeling as far as your personal growth is concerned here. It feels like a piece of you will be reclaimed by having some sort of like emotional purification, like a big cry or a realization of a certain belief that you've had about yourself or people or this particular kind of situation. Like if it's a work situation, maybe you have some self-limiting beliefs around how you are at work, right? It's stuff like that. It's something that's rooted in emotionally that is ready to be let go of so that you can grow. And you can definitely get out of this cycle, this awful cycle. Yeah, that's how it's feeling. Let's keep going. Moment of growth, air signs. What have you been holding on to emotionally that's actually been keeping you stuck? Ooh, that transition from the dark to the light, or seeing the light in the dark. It speaks of times of transition and transformation, of change, which again, this is something that needs to change. This is a cycle that needs to be broken. And it is for your personal growth. Anything else for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Whew. Overall, we have the turtle. We love the turtle, right? Turtle is water and earth as far as I'm concerned. It's very grounded energy. It's very patient energy. Turtle goes with the flow. Turtle goes at the pace of how things are moving. Turtle doesn't try to force anything, doesn't try to stay stuck anywhere. Turtle goes with the waves, goes with the current. Turtle is also ancestral energy, and to me is very grandmotherly sort of energy, almost like crone energy, but it's very, very feminine here. Something, when this card comes out, it could be an indication that your ancestors are working with you very closely. Oh, we got the elephant. Elephant came out as a channeling. It's time to break this cycle. It's time to break through barriers. And we have raccoon underneath that, which also speaks to shadow, or things that we're hiding from ourselves or hiding from other people. So this is basically saying, like, with patience, there's a key word here, is patience. With patience, with allowing yourself to drop into your heart and drop into your soul, you'll figure out how to not just break this cycle, but also what about you has been keeping you stuck in this cycle and keeping you from growing or elevating as a person. There's a lot of love here too that I'm feeling, like a lot of gentility from your spirit teams. Like I'm really feeling that gentility, and it feels really nice. But you also need to be gentle with yourself. You need to be gentle with yourself. I'm gonna say it one more time. You need to be gentle with yourself. Like, not judgmental, not critical. That might be exactly what it is for some of you. Stop being so judgmental and critical. Stop needing to be perfect. Stop needing to meet a certain standard. I feel like for some of you, this might be in the form of a physical person who's actually helping you learn this lesson. Whether you spent a lot of time with them or not, something about them is teaching you this. Anyway, moving on. Let's pull some tarot. Any messages or insights for my air signs as it pertains to this spread? Any messages or insights for my air signs as it pertains to this spread? Ooh, is that who I think it is? Empress in reverse. We got shadowy Empress energy. This is also Venus, which means it's Libra and Taurus. So, you know, this could be a lot for my Libras, or again, it's relating to collective energy. But either way, Empress in reverse. There's a restriction on this energy. Empress is fertile, abundant, rich, yummy, delicious energy. Everybody wants to sit in the Empress's energy. It's fertile. When it's, oh, sorry about that. When it's in reverse, there is a restriction on this, where it can feel like nothing's moving, nothing's growing. I keep getting this like theme of like rigidity, perfectionistic, expectations, meeting a standard. But it's like that doesn't allow you to grow, right? That doesn't allow you to just be, that doesn't allow you to flow. I didn't mean to rhyme. I just realized I rhymed. I was like, I didn't mean to do that. Excuse me. I keep getting a judgmental energy. I can't get away from that. So you could be realizing that you can be a little judgmental, or there could be someone in your life who's judgmental, or even could have been like a mother figure, a parent, even somebody could be potentially narcissistic, has had this effect on you, this influence on you, and that's what you need to actually release about yourself or about how the world works, about this judgmental, critical energy that we don't need to have that towards each other, especially not towards the self. That channeling wanted to come through so bad. Sorry, I was speaking so fast. Anything else? Not taking those. For my air signs, for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, so 10 of Wands landing on the Empress in reverse. So yeah, that's heavy, all right? That's a very heavy, difficult energy to be in. It's speaking to the heaviness of what it is I just described. And now we have, yikes, Temperance in reverse with the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. Patience, 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 patience. I want to like beat it into you, air signs. Patience, gentility. That is actually the Empress upright. Patience and gentility. I keep getting pulled back to like ancestry, like parents' experiences with the feminine in all forms, like sister, parent, mother, daughter, whatever, friend, partner. I think I said that. Anyway, healthy feminine energy is patient, is gentle, non-judgmental. See how slow I said that? There's something about judgment here. Non-judgmental and compassionate. This is speaking to the tizzy. There's an impatient disconnect from self. 8 of Swords, prison of our own making, a mental prison of our own making. And the 2 of Pentacles, what do I do? What do I do? It's like there's such this desire for balance and wanting to do the right thing. I wanted to say correctly. Yeah, there's a judgmental thing here. There's a theme with judgment. But this is speaking to the lack of patience, the lack of balance, the disconnect, the mental prison, everything that you need to come down from. And like really see that this is something you're doing to yourself or something that has been programmed into you or the way you've been functioning. And it's because something emotionally needs to be released here. I'm getting competition all of a sudden, like a big competitive energy. You might have been programmed to be in competition with people. Yeah, that's actually just how it wants to come out. You've been programmed to be in competition with people or even in competition with yourself, which, but again, it's like this standard, this expectation. When you have competition, what do you have? You have judgment of who wins, right? Even if it's a silent judgment. Competition, tension, judgment, getting it right. It's rigid and it doesn't allow for the soul to just be. This is the big core of what needs to be released here. Anything else for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Because it also speaks to this feeling of not being good or not being good enough, not being enough. That could even come down to self-worth issues for some of you as well. It all feeds that. So even if you don't mean to, even like, let's say you get into a competitive space. Let's say you get into a job where it's like, it's a hostile work environment or it's a competitive work environment. Even if you never had that program of self-worth issues, it can make you start to question your self-worth because you're literally being pegged against other people, right? You're literally being put into a competition to evaluate your value or your worthiness on some level. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, Star in reverse. I keep getting there's such a disconnect from yourself, like a disconnect from even spirit here. It's functioning in kind of a dark place, in a doubtful place, and a major lack of trust for some of you, a major lack of trust. World in reverse and the 6 of Wands. It's so weird the way this is coming out because I keep getting this competitive energy, which is 5 of Wands, and when we move into victory, we get the 6. But I want to say it's not about being competitive anymore. It's needing to see that you don't have to compete, that you don't have to fight for value or for worth. You don't have to meet a certain praise or expectation. It's not about that. And letting that go actually gives you victory, personal victory and personal growth. So it's like, it's weird how it's like how I was saying that. I was like, oh, how funny. Anyway, let's see what other cards want to come out here. Some of you have a Leo mother that just came out super strong, or a strong Leo female, or if you've been meeting a lot of Leos, there's a reason for that. And now we have strength in reverse. Yeah, let go of the control here. Now, while strength is a Leo card and upright, it can also be about that confidence, right? And the resilience to tame oneself. I really feel like for this, it's like let go. Let go. Almost like you're too rigid, you're too tamed. Like you don't let yourself flow enough because of this underlying feeling of I need to compete or meet an expectation, or do things a certain way, etc., etc., etc. You don't let yourself flow enough. Am I taking these two? Yeah. What did I say about the Six of Wands? Moving from the 5 to the 6 is normally victory, but that 5 of Wands is competitive energy that you really should not be enabling anymore, because it's enabling this restriction of self, and it's time to move past that feeling of competition or look at me or being superior or number one or over someone in some way, shape, or form. Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the 5 of Wands. It's holding you back. 5 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's holding you back. And if there's anybody around you who wants to be in competition with you, walk away. Get that energy out of your life. It just enables that. Overall, we have the Sun in reverse. Wow, with the Ace of Cups. This is what is available to you, the Ace of Cups. A new emotional beginning, a new beginning for the soul, which is kind of what we were getting before with the Snake card, right? The Cosmic Egg card. It's personal development of the soul. This is reaching a point to move into a next cycle, move into a new beginning, the Ace. This is a more Leo energy here with the Sun. It's what's available to you, but you need to see that. You need to see that. You need to see that the way through it is getting out of this competitive mindset. Okay? Wow. Ooh. All right. Let's do advice. I haven't done advice in a bit. The 4 agreements. I still, every time I look at this, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy he made this a deck. If you guys haven't read the book, read the book. The book is amazing. It's very helpful. I think for anybody, no matter where you are in your journey, I think it's a really interesting book. And he also has a couple others, like the 5th Agreement, Mastery of Love. I think there's another one too. I don't remember. But anyway, let's one advice card for my air signs. That was fast. You guys got a few. Honor yourself. Always do your best. Honor the man or woman that you are. Take the risk to express your dream. Taking action is about living fully and expressing what you are. What you are. Not what you need to be. Not what you're trying to be. Not how you're trying to win, right? Say goodbye to sadness and drama. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to it. Don't make assumptions. All the sadness and drama you have lived in your life was rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. The whole world of control between humans is based on that. Take a moment and consider this. I want to read that one again. That felt worth reading again. All the sadness and drama you've lived in your life was rooted in making assumptions and taking things personally. The whole world of control between humans is based on that. Take a moment and consider this. And then the last one. Another, always do your best. Surrender and let go of the past. And I also want to say, even the message of always do your best, it's don't judge yourself when someone implies you fall short or you tell yourself you fall short. It's about not doing that anymore. That's the competitive energy, right? It's like, hey, if you really are always trying your best, there is no winning, there is no losing. You did your best. And that's all we can do, right? Surrender, let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. What you surrender and let go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. That you can enjoy that. I liked that reading. That was really nice. All right, moving on. And clear the board. My butt's falling asleep. Not used to sitting on the floor this much yet, but I'm happy I made the choice because honestly, like, number one, it started as a furniture thing, but also, I don't know, the idea of like sitting. Oh wait, no, I want to keep those. The idea of like having to sit on the floor this much, I was like, it's probably gonna help me be more grounded, right? It's probably gonna help me be more connected. I don't know, something about it just feels good. Anyway, all right, so that's away. That is away. All right, who's going next? Earth, water, or fire? Hold on. I gotta stretch a little bit. Oh, 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 goodness. Okay. Coughing fit. Give me a minute. Oh, sorry. If I could have paused the video, I would have. Can't pause it the way that I record it. Anyway, so Earth, you guys were actually calling me, which surprised me. I expected water to call me. Bring in you, Earth. Okay. All right. Earth signs: Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Ooh. I was gonna say I just had a coughing fit, which is why I'm all like this. So I'm gonna try to speak softly. So this card just came out. The shark. I wasn't gonna take it, but then they said leave it. I was like, ooh. Okay. Shark is a feeling of impending danger. Whether it's real or not, it's perceived impending danger, whether it's actually happening or it's the making of the mind. So this is this feeling that you can't shake, that something is happening, something's coming, and it might not be good. So shark is that. Anything else from my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Very insecurities. Other people's insecurities. Your alarm bells may be going off, earth signs, about the people around you. Again, it could be real, it could be not. The shark, when the shark comes out, there could be illusion at play, and I am getting Neptune here. So keep in mind, this could just be your intuition giving you a heads up, or it could be your own fears, your own insecurities about other people. But I'm getting this feeling of like looking at people, feeling people, and being like, oh, you're not my friend. Uh-oh, you're a shark, you're not a dolphin. Like, it kind of has that feeling. Like, feeling like someone's going to do something, or like not. It's like, definitely trust issues are here, or again, your intuition could be telling you something very real is happening here. But it's this feeling like the dolphins in the water are really sharks. And I keep wanting to say this is actually about other people's insecurities, not yours. Which is like kind of how that happens, right? So if people are actually out to get us, it's because we triggered something in them, or they're seeing something. I mean, unless you're doing something real shitty, but if someone's like out to get you or is a hater, it's because there's actually something about you that they admire and makes them feel not so great about themselves. And that's about their own shit, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Actually that's what I feel like this is coming down to. You might just have some haters or signs. Or people who can't play well with you. Shit. Sorry, hold on. When I first hit into your energy, I had this coughing fit happen. And now that we're talking about this, I can't stop coughing. And I know my asthma's been bad, but I think there needs to be some truth coming out here. Um, yeah, earth signs. There are people who can't play well with you, and this could totally be vice versa, especially for my cross watchers, right? And the reason they can't play well with you is because they're own shit. Now, take accountability where accountability is needed. You know, there could be a role that you're playing there, but it almost has this feeling, and I think, and I kind of think that Capricorns in particular have this issue, more so because they're ruled by Saturn, but like where they don't feel good enough. Like, yeah, it's got this feeling of like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not that, or like, what am I bringing to the table? Like, it makes people question themselves and feel small. Not everybody will respond to you like that, but if you've got some haters right now, it's because there's something about just who you are as a person, even if you're not trying to, makes them feel small. Now, if you are saying and doing things that are a little arrogant, that could be making them feel small. So again, take accountability where accountability is needed, but that's what I'm getting. The whale just came out. It's funny because I was saying, you think you've been swimming with dolphins, and now you're seeing there are sharks in the water, but you weren't even a dolphin. You were a whale. Do you see what I'm saying? It's definitely this feeling of like, there's something about you, earth signs, like, and it could just be your magic, and we all have magic. We all have our own unique brand of magic, and some of you may be more in tune with it than others, or utilize it more than others. Some of you, there's also very Piscean. This speaks to great spirit, the great mystery, interconnectedness, the voids, spirituality, all of that. So you could also just be very in tune and very like aware of yourself. You could be a very evolved person, and it's just a little too much for people to handle. Yeah, it's like you're a whale and you thought you were hanging out with some dolphins, and then you're like, oh shit, some of you are sharks. Well, I'm a whale. And you're not even taking, like, I don't feel this aggressive stance. I don't feel a fight energy. It's more just observant. You're just observing. You're just observing, and you're not worried about it. If anything, I think some of you have compassion for these people. If you don't, you probably will eventually develop that. You're just aware. You're aware and you're observing and you're like, sorry, I thought I heard something. You're just aware and you're observing. Wow, the way the cards are coming out for you, I keep hearing something. Anyway, sorry. Horse, the mastery of earth. This is your card. I look at it as Queen of Cups meets like kind of Queen of Pentacles energy, because there's an intuitive component to this card. You see her third eye is lit, her or his. I always feel it's such a feminine card. The third eye is lit up with the crescent moon. But this is a card of being able to multitask, of being able to handle all the complexities of life and the physical, like bills, work, kids, working out, eating, money, like blah, 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 all that stuff. And doing it with grace, doing it with ease, doing it with sustainability, efficiency, and doing it all. There is a grace here, there's a regality here, but it's also an independent card as well. The earth signs I'm speaking to, or the cross watchers, you're a special brand. You're unique. And I hate to say it, but some people are threatened by that uniqueness. If anything, I don't think you're angry. You may have had phases of your life where you were angry by this because you've always been this. But as you like develop as a person, a lot of these things get stronger over time, right? I think if anything, it's made you sad. A sad observer of this effect that you have on people or the way people respond to you. I think the only thing you could really do about it is just to bring more gentility and compassion to the table. Like that's, I think, the only thing you can do about it. And if some people just really can't handle it, I mean, you just, there's the door, right? What did I say? Something needs to be spoken on? The throat chakra card. The black egg represents the throat chakra, and behind it, ooh, we got the cheetah. Cheetah's fast-moving energy. I kind of look at the cheetah as the Eight of Wands, just like, right, taken off and kind of unstoppable in a way. It's funny because, shit, the mauve came up for air. The moth came up for air, and that had a similar energy to it. Unstoppable. I think you're gonna say something here. It's a lot of communication, and it's a lot of fast moving energy. It's like a lot of things that want to come up and come out to the surface. I feel like with the shark energy, it has a lurker vibe to it. Like people have been lurking under the mask of a dolphin, even though they're a shark, right? I think this is also something that has been a pattern for you probably through the course of your life. And there's this clarity that you're getting about it this week. There's this understanding that you're getting about it this week, the effect that you have on people in just who you are as a being, or the way you act, or the way that you say things. But I don't think it's about how you say things. I think this is why throat chakra energy is coming out now, because it needs to be spoken on. It needs to be addressed. Excuse me. The clarity of it, the deeper understanding of it is coming to you. But I do think some shit is going to be revealed and spoken about here. You may even have these sharks coming at you real fast out of nowhere. Like, oh shit, the whale sees that we're not a dolphin. Oh shit, the whale's seeing that we're sharks. And then suddenly there's blood in the water. Some of you could come up that way, but the signs that I'm reading for, you're the horse and the whale. Horse is master in this deck. You are the master of your own element here. And coming out as the whale, you're also very evolved. You have a lot of life experience, most likely, no matter what your age is, or you have some sort of wisdom innately, no matter how old you are or how you grew up or whatever. It also, again, speaks to the level of interconnectedness and awareness you have with all things, and including spirit and including compassion. So even if there is blood in the water and they come for you, You're going to handle it with such grace and maturity. I'm getting maturity here. That they might be the ones to be embarrassed or might backfire. Anything else for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Another egg, and it's the heart chakra. Golden egg. Ooh, we got rabbit. Ooh, with raccoon. Is there? Oh, I thought one was stuck there. Interesting. I feel like this is just the effect you have on people. I can't keep getting away from that because it's about what's in the heart. It's another lesson of this week. What's really the intention behind everything that we're doing and we're saying? What's coming from the heart? What is the real energy behind that? Is it to win and be competitive, right? Or is it because, no, I really just, this is just who I am, or I just care, or whatever it is, right? It's all about what's lurking in the heart. And I feel like what's lurking in your heart is integrity and accountability and just authenticity. And what is shining a light is the dolphins that are around you. Who's really a shark? This is fear. This is shame. This is hiding. This is anxiety. Right? And then that's what happens too, right? When we shine our light on people, we shine a light on what's lurking in their shadow, on what they don't want people to see, or, ill intentions or whatever, what have you. Shit. It's true. Oh, shit. Oh. You make people realize what they are not okay with within themselves and what they're really afraid of. You make people realize what they feel ashamed about within themselves and what their own insecurities are. It could literally be because you're a healer for some of you, especially while it's like dolphin stuff coming up and the whale coming up. Some of you guys could be healers or light workers in your own right. Let's go ahead and pull some other cards here. Or are you guys gonna get midnight magic? It's between you and fire signs. What deck is for earth? Okay, yeah, midnight magic's gonna go to fire signs. All right. Oh, shit. It's gonna be a lot of talking. I can feel it. Yeah, for you, it's about compassion. So air signs needed patience, and they needed to ground and get in their body, get real with themselves. Earth signs, I feel like for you, it's compassion and gentility, and seeing what's really happening with people, right? It's like seeing that something in them is just really triggered. Something in them is not settled and not okay. And there's something about their experience with you or how you are as a person or how you've treated them or said something that's really brought it up. And to have compassion for that. So there's about to be some talking or confrontations. Any messages or insights to my earth signs pertaining to this spread? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. One more. Okay. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's interesting because when this card comes out, it can indicate that there's like a falling apart of something that's been long-standing or something that could have been long-standing, like a business, a household, wealth, or a long-term relationship of some kind, or someone's health is deteriorating. But lately, like the last couple months, I keep getting imposter syndrome on this card. Like not seeing um all of what could be in life, all of what could be had in life, that that's actually possible. And that's what I'm feeling here. And it actually landed like this on top of the cheetah and the shark, which tells me that that's exactly what's going on with the sharks in the water. And again, it could even be for you. Because that's the thing. It's like this could also be some mirroring stuff going on here where, yes, you're the whale and the horse, but remember what I said about the shark? It could be real or it could be illusionary. It could be your own fears, your own insecurities about other people. So this is all about the Ten of Pentacles. This is about imposter syndrome, whether it's your own or it's other people. Your own insecurities or other people or both. And it could be showing you that what's lurking in your heart is fear and anxiety and shame, when really you're a freaking horse and whale. Like you're a unique individual and you have mastered the earth element, which means you should be able to have the Ten of Pentacles easy, right? That's what that indicates. That's what that means. But I keep feeling like the external is playing off of this for you. Like other people are playing off of this for you. So again, whether it's the fact that you have the effect you have on other people and they start to see their own imposter syndrome, their own anxieties, their own insecurities, or the way that you interact with other people makes you feel less than, makes you feel small, makes you not feel worthy, makes you feel like an imposter, or both, right? That's what's being highlighted this week. That's what needs to be worked through this week. That's what needs to be spoken on this week. Hierophant in reverse. Some of you guys, this could be about a divorce or literally falling away of a business. And I say that because Hierophant's about contracts as well as spirituality and belief systems. But it is about contracts and obligations. So some of you, like I said, this could be about potential divorce, active divorce, falling away of a head of household is actually what I just heard, or a business of some kind, or long standing, lifelong, even generational standing of belief systems and what you can do and what you can't do. So again, take this as it resonates, but this is about imposter syndrome. This is about anxieties and insecurities around having, attaining, and experiencing the Ten of Pentacles. Okay? And it's coming up and being triggered because of what's going on between you and people in your life right now. So it could be highlighting their imposter syndrome and insecurities and generational self-limiting beliefs, or yours, or both. It's going to go differently for all of you, so just take it as it resonates. Anything else from my earth signs? I feel confrontation. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse. Somebody is speaking out from an insecure place. The Two of Wands in reverse implies indecision. And I'm getting, especially with the Knight of Swords being there, that's like drama and impulsivity. So whether it's you or someone else, there's definitely a speaking up and speaking out here. And someone is speaking from an insecure place. Sometimes the Knight of Swords in reverse can indicate desperation as well. It's an anxious, insecure place, essentially, that someone is speaking from. Yeah, because they're not seeing things clearly. Eight of Swords. Mental in prison, the prison that we entrap ourselves in here. It's really unfortunate because whoever's speaking up and out, whether it's you or someone else, it's it's really from a place of confusion within themselves. That's really what it is. And they're projecting this on other people. So if you're doing that, you're projecting this on other people, and it's because of your own anxieties, insecurities, imposter syndrome, self-limiting beliefs, or if people are doing it to you, it's because of theirs. And this could totally happen in a way where you're playing off of each other, like insecurity to insecurity to insecurity to insecurity, causing a shitstorm. When really at the end of the day, the sad but beautiful truth is, you're a horse and a whale. You are beyond capable and have way more life experience or innate wisdom or intelligence or emotional intelligence, whatever you want to say, to have the Ten of Pentacles in your life, to experience that, to experience long-term security, family, wealth, health, legacy. More than capable. And again, if other people are struggling to see that and they're lashing out at you, it's unfortunate that they don't see that you're just bringing up insecurities within them. But again, this could totally be you feeling insecure about your own capabilities when you are perfectly capable. And it's really coming more from ancestral, generational, self-limiting beliefs as to why you feel that way. And there's this lack of trust with other people. And whether they lash out at you or not, you've got shame and insecurity and anxiety around trusting other people and allowing yourself to step into this role and trusting that people will there it is, and trusting that people will respect you enough to play that role. Let's keep going. Anything else for my earth signs? Interesting. We'll get those cards in a second. Wow. Three of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is very similar to Horse. It's like, it's very predictable, it's reliable, responsible, ride or die, in it to win it, in it for the long haul, no matter what happens. But it has this like detour energy with the Three of Wands in reverse. There's also a little bit of a pessimistic energy here. And I feel like this is all around the Horse. And like I was saying before, however this is manifesting for you in your reality, right? Like, let's say you know you're the Horse. Let's say you know you're perfectly capable and people are lashing out at you. It's you needing to take a detour here away from these kind of people and keep moving forward with integrity and not let up on that. Let's say it's about your own insecurities and imposter syndrome and self-limiting beliefs, and people are lashing out at you because they're in that same energy, or they're not, and you just think that they're not gonna respect you enough to really play the role that you want to play in your own life or at work or in friendships or whatever. This is you really needing to stick to trust and accountability and self-worth and integrity and all of those things, despite your own pessimism about other people respecting you enough, or the fact that people are lashing out at you and you need to take a detour and just keep pushing, keep trying. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Overall, you do have victory here with Chariot, which I love that. Excuse me. Chariot is Cancer energy. I've been looking at this card more so as also like Chariot of Ascension as well. It's a triumphant energy that comes out when we align to a truth. Because when we have everything in alignment, all of our sphinxes are in the same direction and the Chariot can move, right? When we're not in alignment and we're going in different directions, our minds here, our hearts here, we're being pulled here or there, we get stuck, we can't move, we can't do shit. But this is overcoming obstacles and being triumphant because you're moving into alignment here. The alignment being the horse and the whale, right? Excuse me. Shattering those self-limiting beliefs, shattering that imposter syndrome within yourself. If you're the one who's like, this is all stemming within you, or if people keep coming at you with their shit, just recognizing it for what it is, and coming from that place of gentility, of integrity, of compassion, and you keep moving forward because you know who you are at the end of the day. And if people can't handle it, they can't handle it, right? Like I said, it could be manifesting in those three different ways. Let's go ahead and pull some cards here. Can I get a card for my earth signs, please? Oh boy. This is gonna be a long video. I just realized, I'm like, oh shit, we're at 1 hour and 40 minutes. Can I get a card for my earth signs, please? Don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. Oh my God, that's perfect. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and is personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. I feel like that applies perfectly in all these different scenarios. Because we all have our own truth. And if someone doesn't agree with it, they don't agree with it and they don't have to. It also doesn't mean that your truth is appropriate either or healthy. And that's where we need to take accountability, right? It also doesn't mean that their truth is appropriate and healthy, where they need to take accountability, right? Or that could be happening at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? Truth and belief system is all about you. It's all internal. That's all internal. And some people are on board with it and some people aren't. Do you have imposter syndrome? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you have the 10 of Pentacles? Do you believe you're the horse and the whale? Or do you struggle to be that? Do you struggle to trust people to let you play that role? Which also means, do you trust yourself to play that role? You understand what I'm saying? So there's all kinds of levels and layers here where this could be resonating for you as far as your own anxieties, insecurities, or things you need to evaluate or deal with in your present reality. Now, the role that other people play in this, people are going to challenge you in this. They're going to challenge your belief systems in yourself. Like, oh, you think you're the horse and the whale? Let me challenge that and show you how you might not be because I'm a jealous shark, right? Or people do believe that you are the horse and the whale and they see that and they try to treat you as that, but because you don't fully believe that, because you got your own insecurities or imposter syndrome, this kind of shit can play out. You understand what I'm saying? Truth, belief system, it starts from within. And people who believe it will align, and people who don't, it's going to cause a clash or friction, so we can see how our truth maybe needs to be reevaluated, or maybe how other people are going through some stuff and we just need to give some compassion and just hold space, right? Anyway, long explanation, but totally perfect. Your truth is personal to you. Especially when it comes to this whole, like, for some of you, ancestral self-limiting beliefs, because that doesn't have to be yours. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, thank you. No, sir. Just because your family has some unhealthy beliefs, doesn't mean you got to take that shit on for yourself, right? Right. All right, moving on. Oh. Again, I'm like adjusting to all of this. Water or fire? Water signs or fire signs? A little bit of battle between you guys too. We're gonna go with water signs. Water signs? What is happening? Water signs? Fire signs? All right, we're gonna do fire. We're gonna do fire. This is weird. Water signs, you might need to step up. You might need to step up and speak out, but we're gonna get to you in a minute. We're gonna do fire signs first. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's gonna be an interesting week for my Leos. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Something feels sticky. Like a situation feels sticky. Tricky. Sticky, tricky. I want to say avoid. That's what I want to say. Yeah, something feels sticky, tricky, like stepping into tar. Walk around it. So that feels like a little bit of a heads up of like something you might not want to get involved in something. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's so fascinating. Am I taking these? No. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If this is about someone's drama, I mean, y'all already know better, but don't. Just don't. Just don't go there. Don't talk about it. Don't entertain it. Just don't. Just don't. You guys got the shark too. Maybe this is the card of the week. Actually, only 2 signs got this card so far. So yeah, we might not have a card of the week. But anyway, shark. Perceived threat, real or not. It might be pretty real because like I feel like something literally is like trapping or sticky or like really unpleasant. Like, and I keep getting it's like a pull a tar, just walk around it is what it feels like to me. Walk around it. Walk around it. Like, yeah, it feels like a red flag. Like, do not get involved in this. Do not go past go. Go the long way if you have to. Interesting. Mouse. Actually, mouse came up for who went first? Air signs. I keep getting this is a situation that you can avoid. That you could easily get stuck in this, and it's almost like not your business, or someone might try to pull you into it. I just keep getting that feeling. Mouse is like detailed energy, but it can also be kind of anxious energy. Devil's in the details is what I just heard. Yeah, I gotta be honest with what I'm getting. I feel like intuitively you're sensing that something's not right, or a situation can get really out of control, or you just don't want to be part of something. But it's about the details. Maybe the information that someone is sharing to you, or sharing with you, or what it is that you're seeing. Like pay attention, right? Like pay attention to where you're walking here, how you're stepping when it comes to the situation. Okay, just got a mess of cards here. Yeah, careful where you step. So first we get dolphin on mouse. Devil's in the details. It's like someone's trying to make a situation either look inviting or not as bad, is kind of how it's coming across. And your intuition's like, I don't know. Your intuition's like, is that really like honey, or is that shit covered in honey? Like, what is that? And then we have stingray with tarantula and lamb. This feels like a hard crossroads. This feels like a shit. I need to be very careful in how I handle this, is how this feels. Because tarantula is literally like a 2 of wands energy. It's tension, it's stress. Stingray is emotional integrity, spiritual integrity, and strength. It's kind of like the King of Cups. And there's wisdom behind that Stingray card as well. But Stingray is also about not being weak, like having a backbone when it comes to certain situations and being good with your boundaries. And Lamb is kind of innocent. Lamb, I'm actually getting like a gullible energy. Like Lamb is like pure-hearted, pure intentioned, well-intentioned. It's kind of like a baby energy. So it's almost like, do I put boundaries here and be like, and be like more hesitant and kind of like have a distance here? Or do I open up and be vulnerable? Do I open up and just kind of like open my heart here to this whole situation? Sorry, I bumped the table. Let's see. Ouch. Okay. My hips are starting to get angry with me. Anything else for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. It's, oh my God, and I just remember too, in the last reading, I was like, you're around dolphins, but some of them are sharks. So fire signs, there might be something in the earth sign reading for you. I would definitely watch that. Uh-oh, now we got the lizard card. This is my empath overload card. This is, I'm getting overwhelmed by a situation. I'm getting anxious by a situation. Alarm bells are going off. Alarm bells are going off. I am now officially uncomfortable. Excuse me, that's what this card is saying. I am now officially uncomfortable. For some of you, you could be put in a position to choose between two people. And if that's the case, it could be like choosing between somebody who's more like a King of Cups versus like a Page of Cups. But the Lamb is like, the Lamb feels so innocent though. Like the Lamb almost feels childlike. I mean, that is a page, right? Like childlike, naive, but like curious and excited, like kind of like, you know, bubbly and like excited about life. Well, the Stingray is wizened and a little hardened by life. Like again, King of Cups versus Page of Cups. So some of you guys are like, they need to choose between these oh my god, between these two individuals. Or the energies within yourself. Like, do I need to be in my King of Cups energy right now? Or do I need to be in my Page of Cups energy right now? That's a tough place to be. But this situation has officially made you uncomfortable. And like I said, if this relates to the Earth sign reading, some people are dolphins. Some people are sharks masquerading as a dolphin. But you know, in nature, if there's a shark and a dolphin will win. But I feel like you're being put in the middle, or you're being like invited into a situation and you're trying to suss out what's a like nourishing pool of water and what's a pile of tar or pool of tar. But I can see it. Something about you is like sensory overload here. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Anything else for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, your spidey senses are on point. The Whale. I would totally watch the Earth sign reading. Totally watch the Earth sign reading. Whale. Intuition, spirituality, interconnectedness. It's very Piscean. Wow, with the cosmic egg. Okay, that came out in the air sign reading. Yeah, your crown chakra is going off. Your crown chakra is like, yeah, something is up about this situation. It feels a little bit like a test, to be honest, for you. It does feel like that a little bit. Like, yeah, something is up here, but you have enough life experience to be able to discern how to handle this. How to handle this. And what the right choice is here for you. This feels like a test. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. And I don't normally say that, but that's just how it's coming across. We're going to do Midnight Magic. I feel like you guys get this deck a lot. I need to get dice. I had dice, but I got rid of them. And they weren't like astrology dice or anything like that. But yeah, I need to get some dice. Any messages or insight from the fire signs pertaining to this spread? Yeah, just walk carefully here. Just tread carefully, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who's a little materialistic. It can be somebody who's actually catty, is how the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is described. Somebody who is not exactly loyal and has their own interests at heart. Could also be somebody who's like ADD and super like scattered too. But I'm getting more so like somebody whose intentions are not well placed. Put it that way. Whether it's leaning into the selfish end, the greedy end, the materialistic end, but intentions that are not well placed. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. That's interesting. That's like two funky energies to come out together. We have the Knight of Wands with the Hermit. What action do I take? What action do I take? It's this feeling too of like, I need to move fast. You might not need to move as fast as you think you do. fire signs, especially for my Saggies, because the Hermit is intentional, right? The Hermit is well intended. It's having like this moment of like going into your bubble. You're in a little inner Zen sanctuary and understanding the reality of a situation, understanding where you stand in it, understanding your truth, and then functioning from this higher wisdom sort of a place to take action. I want to say, do not be impulsive here. Don't act fast. If somebody's pressuring you to act fast, no, no, no. Act in your own time. Okay? You need to be very well intended. It's interesting to keep using that term, well intended or not well intended. You need to move mindfully and intentionally here. Anything else for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Well, let me close my computer. It's distracting me. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of you might need some space from somebody, because that's coming up too with this lizard energy of being a little overwhelmed and like, okay, this is kind of much. Darn it. So it went out for a second, so I don't know what it captured, didn't capture, but I'm getting pulled back to this lizard energy. I feel like some of you really do need to take some space here. Because if you're overwhelmed, it's like Knight of Wands, Hermit, Knight of Wands, Hermit, almost like, how do I balance those two? Go Hermit. Go and hermit for a little bit. Be in your bubble for a little bit. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, I feel like this is the source of the energy where it's like, hey, I'm not sure about you. They could pull on you a lot, or they could ask a lot of you. And it's like, if you need some space, take it. Especially if you're overwhelmed, stressed out, or empath overload, take it. Okay? Oh. Ace of Wands with the Ten of Swords. Fire signs, what is going on? Ouch. That feels like an ouch. To me, that feels like an ouch. Like something is over before it even gets started. This might be why you feel pressure to move fast. Is someone giving an ultimatum? Something about this feels like there's a lot of pressure. Like, I feel a lot of pressure. I feel like impulsivity, this kind of stress out energy of like, I gotta act now. I gotta figure it out now. But then when this comes out, the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords, it's like, there's something so stinging and painful around getting something started or doing something or acting out of your own passion, like a knife in the back. It feels a little bit like it does. It feels like a betrayal. You could feel betrayed by somebody. You could feel betrayed by this person, this individual over here. Maybe you were trying to take time on something or take time to figure something out, and maybe because Queen of Pentacles in reverse has self-interest, not well-intended, right? I just keep getting, it's like something was over before it got started, or there was some sort of painful experience around like just trying to be in your own energy. But I keep feeling this pull on the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, like there's some sort of expectation here external to you, and like trying to figure out how to meet it. And it's like, and there's a consequence. Like, this is a consequence of dealing with this person. Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Like, someone took your light and your passion and just went, knife! Let me knife ya. Like, that's how it feels. It feels really awful. You could be worried this person's going to do this, or you just could be worried that you're going to lose something if you don't please this person or pacify this person. You could be worried that's exactly what's going to happen, that they're going to stab you in the back. And if you're worried they're going to stab you in the back, doesn't that tell you everything about this person? Right? Anything else for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. No wonder you guys got the Midnight Magic deck. Oops. Anything else for my fire signs? Wow. Wow. Okay. 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 We got the Tower. Coming out with the Knight of Wands. It feels like a provocation. It feels like being provoked. It does. It totally feels that way. It feels like being provoked to take action. Whether you see that as good or not. It's like if you take space into hermit mode, it's like this energy, this person is like pulling you out of it. Like, hey, pokey, pokey, pokey. But then we get the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is focus. Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Eight of Pentacles is work. Eight of Pentacles is progress. God, this is a crazy reading. So, oh God, I just got a whole other channeling for a whole other group of fire signs. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. Fire signs. Whoever this person is in your life, you've had questions about them. You've wondered about them. Or you've had this very difficult relationship with them. And it seems like with the Hermit energy, it's like you can tell, like, you know, something's kind of up, you know, like whatever it is they're asking of you or wanting you to do is you're like, I don't know. So it's like you pull your energy back, you take space, and it seems like they provoke you. Like they try to get you to come out of that space. And you're worried they're actually going to hurt you. You're worried they're going to sabotage you. But all the while, you have like this Eight of Pentacles supporting you. And I feel like for some of you, it's almost like your anchor. And your anchor could be career, it could be work. No matter how they're provoking you, you're going to know exactly what to do in the heat of the moment. In the moment of this Tower, in the moment of this provocation. Even if you've been unclear before that, it's going to show you everything you need to see. Overall, we do have the Magician. Hi, Magician. Hi, fire signs. You are a magician. You are an alchemist. You can transmute the shit out of this. We do have Nine of Cups in reverse and Justice in reverse. The unfairness of the situation, the unhappiness of the situation, you're going to turn it around. Now, this other group I was getting for you, that Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords, this is a whole other group. This is a completely different message. Maybe you'll relate to the other one too. I don't think so though. But the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords for this other group that I'm getting, you lost yourself. I'll say it that way. You lost yourself. You lost yourself. You lost a piece of yourself. You've lost your way, is how it feels. Like you lost your compass. And that could have been because of a betrayal, but that Ten of Swords tells me it was because of something abrupt or painful, one or the other, kind of traumatic, right? And it's like that tends to happen if we have a very traumatic moment or something that happens very fast before we can really process it, experience it. Sometimes we can lose a piece of ourselves in that moment, which is where soul retrieval is a thing. Or it can be like you've just been so disassociated that it's like trying to come back to yourself, right? So I'm looking for, again, the second group of fire signs. Ouch. Oh no, am I getting a zit? Oh, I'm getting a big giant zit. Sorry, ADD. Sorry. Let me come back. You lost a piece of yourself, or you feel like you lost your way, you lost your mojo, you lost your drive, you lost your creativity, you lost you somehow. But I don't think that's the reality. I think that's the experience you've had, but you're going to get it back. And the key is hermit mode. Okay, it's hermit mode. It's going silent. Maybe you need to go silent on some people. Maybe you need to go ghost on some people. Like, I feel like this energy of like, let me isolate. Let me get into my own energy. Some of you could be very strong empaths or sensitives. And if that's the case, your energy field could also be a little cluttered with people. Because I keep getting this like, go ghost, go silent, go solo, go rogue. Actually, that's interesting. Go rogue. Go into that hermit mode. Get into your inner Virgo energy. And you're going to be surprised at what comes out. You might feel kind of restless. You might feel really restless. I also feel this scattered energy with you. Again, kind of like the soul retrieval energy, like fragmented, like something's been fragmented. Coming back to this Ten of Swords, For some of you, this could have been an accident. That's weird. Some of you, this could have been an accident or a breakup or an abrupt ending or an abrupt change, but something about it feels physical. I don't know why. Hey, buddy, maybe you moved. Anyway, maybe you moved fast. But going to this hermit energy, and I mean true hermit energy, like no distractions. Don't be on your phone. Don't be talking to people, hanging with people. Like, be alone. Sit alone, sit in silence, maybe even sit in nature. You're going to start to come back. You're going to start to reclaim you. You're going to get this fire and this energy back, and you're going to have this tower moment where suddenly, boom, you're back. You're ready. You can focus. You're grounded. You can work. You can do this. You can do that. Like, it's suddenly like boom, 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 boom. Like, things are coming back online, and you're going to move into this magician mode. You're going to move into a realignment with yourself. And this energy is going to turn around for you. This is feeling really disconnected, imbalanced, sad, really sad, and feeling lost. That's going to change. Okay? All right, let's get some advice. That was crazy, that second channeling that came in. Ouch. I'm tempted to get up and stretch, especially because my butt is really hurting. But it's so hard to get up from this position because the table's like so close to this chair, and I don't want to knock anything over. I don't know. I might have to get up. I'm hurting a little bit. All right. Any messages or insights from my fire signs? Looking for advice from my fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, someone else got this too. I forget. Always do your best. Surrender and let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. It's all about that Ten of Swords. That Ten of Swords feels a little traumatic, just being totally honest. But let's move on to Wata. Clyde's being adorable right now. Let's move on to my water signs. Okay. Hey, buddy. Are you done sleeping? He's like, yes, you haven't come and slept with me yet. He loves sleeping with me, especially lately. Oh, sorry. Okay, no, I gotta adjust a little bit. Give me a minute. Ouch. Whoa. Oh my god. My right butt cheek is like. Anyway, water signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs for this week: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They're bringing up Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't know that story well enough, to be honest. I know there's a character, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, named Jack. I know there's a beanstalk. I believe there's a giant. I don't know what happens in that story, but they're bringing up Jack and the Beanstalk. That could be synchronistic for you. I feel like you're climbing the beanstalk. Phoenix. You're climbing the beanstalk. Symbolically speaking, Phoenix is a rising in energy. It can be an ascension. It can be you're taken off, an activation. It can imply also that you are newly liberated in a newfound sense of strength and foundation. It does represent the root chakra as well. Hey, buddy. Clyde. Clydester. Hi, buddy. Anyway, sorry. Back to you guys. You're climbing the beanstalk. You're rising. You're moving into this next level of vitality, this new energy. You're taking off. You're going on to new heights. You're going in. Some of you, it's like, spiritually speaking, you're moving into new realms. Some of you, your reality is elevating. It's like you're moving from, it's like you're literally going from, like, again, metaphorically, lower world, middle world, upper world to like the next lower world, middle world, upper world. Like that's kind of how it feels. Your reality's leveling up. You're leveling up. You're climbing. And I'm hearing finally. Some of you have had trouble getting on this beanstalk. Some of you have had trouble climbing this beanstalk. But you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it with more ease than expected is also what I'm getting to. This could also mean that you're like climbing like the corporate ladder, you know, for those of you guys who have corporate jobs as well. Whatever it is, you're elevating, you're promoting, you're progressing, you're growing. And it's happening with more flow and grace than you thought what you would experience. I knew the vulture was going to come out because I actually saw the beanstalk and then I saw the vulture and I was like, I should have called it. But anyway, vulture, transformation, death magic. Am I talking to just Scorpios today with Phoenix and vulture? I mean, the last full moon was a Scorpio eclipse, so we're still under that influence. But look at that. Two very scorpionic energies. And again, the root chakra is highlighted here. Vulture is death magic. There's a major change and transformation happening for you. Again, you're growing, you're elevating, you're progressing, you're promoting. You're rising in your energy, your power, your awareness, just you're enhancing. And I keep getting that like you've wanted this or you've tried to do this. Or you've been expecting this, but for whatever reason, now there's suddenly a flow and grace about it that you thought it'd be harder, is almost what I'm getting. Like you thought it would be harder. Some of you have done some serious root work recently. Like I'm almost getting like the vulture has been eating away at your root chakra, not in a gross way, but just cleaning it up for you. Eating the dead things. The dead heavy energies around your feet and your ankles and your lower body, which is actually really good. That's really good. If any of you have been feeling weird energy stuff around your ankles or your feet, that's what that is. That's what that's been. It's almost been like a cleansing or a transformation, alchemical change, an upgrade even, a cleansing of your lower chakras. Some of you guys could have been processing trauma as well as a result of that, or doing some ancestral healing as a result of that. Is he still back there? Oh, he is. Thought I saw his ear. Anyway. Whew. Getting strong third eye energy now. Some of you guys could be having more third eye activity. Some of you guys could actually be seeing things, right? A little bit more. Some of you guys are feeling more connected to your truth as well. And now I'm getting expression. Expression. Are you... The whale. Okay, this is the card of the week. 3 out of the 4 signs got this card. I'm talking about third eye energy, and here we get like the psychic spiritual card, right? The whale is interconnectedness. It's great mystery. It's Pisces. It's 12th house. It's spirituality. It's, again, everything that's non-physical. The depths of our reality and consciousness. This is all being enhanced for you as well. I keep getting pulled back to expression though. The way you express yourself is definitely going to be changing as a result of this, but it's almost like let yourself start to rise first. It's almost like getting your sea legs in it. Like let yourself start to rise, find your groove in it. I also want to say to you, like your routine is going to change. Your daily routine is going to change. Some of you, this is relating to your health as well. It's almost like everything's going to start to elevate because it's coming from the root. Oh my, yes. Everything's going to start to elevate because it's coming from the root. So it's weird because I feel like it's happening step by step, but I feel like there's like an ease about it, like a flow about it that is just like natural, but it's going to build and build and build. And almost like the momentum of it is going to be exponential to the point where people are going to think that you have progressed or got promoted at work, or you have grown as a person or evolved very fast. But it happened step by step. It happened naturally, then it happened step by step, but it's because of it's coming from the root, and it came from as a result of a lot of root work, a lot of root clearing as well. But it's almost like getting the physical things first in line, the physical changes first, whether it's at work or home or again like your daily routine, and then there's going to be a ripple effect, right? where gonna start to change emotionally. You're gonna start to change in how you interact with people. You're gonna start to change in how you talk, right? It's like, etc., etc., etc. All right, moving on. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm also getting this too. Some of you might have felt stuck for a long time, but again, it's like there was a lot of root work going on. So while you thought nothing was really happening, there was a lot of shit happening. It just was happening on a deep level, a very subtle level. And I keep getting it was at the root. Look at you, dolphin. Dolphin energy. Dolphin energy is healer energy. It is also mystic to me. It's playful. It's sexual. It's sensual. It's very sacral related. I also look at it as Gemini a little bit. It's very fun, but it is the card of the healer. Ooh, ooh, with wolf. Oh my. That's a nice pairing. Okay, something about that feels... Water signs, you might be meeting a fun little playmate here. And this can, but when I say playmate, it can be a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic or sexual. Well, it totally can be, just saying. But I want to say they're a playmate. Like, you play well with this person. Oh, I like this. I like this. This isn't going to be for everybody because words. Because you're elevating within yourself, right? So it's like when you move into dolphin energy, everything I just described, you're also going to be moving into wolf energy, which is your role within group dynamics, whether you're alpha, whether you're leader, but it also speaks to the wisdom that you're attaining from your life experiences and this growth experience. Okay, that is wolf energy. But I can't shake this feeling too that some of you guys are coming across a playmate, friend, romantic interest, a work buddy, husband, work husband, wife, but like it's a playmate. It's a playmate and it's fun. It's water meets earth, which is super yummy, right? Water meets earth is just super grounding. It's like, let's plant seeds and watch things grow. Like, that's, who doesn't want that? A dolphin person encountering a wolf person, they're both kind of shamanic in their own way. It's interesting. I didn't mean to say that, but that just came out of my mouth. There's a shamanic feeling here because like dolphin is like healer, energy worker, maybe works with the grids even, or galactic energies. And wolf is very earthy. Wolf is like shaman, earth goddess, green witch, right? That's a wolf. Yeah, it's I can't get away from this. Playmate. A playmate. If this is a playmate situation, the wolf is kind of serious. The wolf, like whoever the wolf energy is, they're a little bit more serious. I'm getting strong Taurus energy. They could be very Taurian or could just have a lot of earth in their chart. They're just very grounded. They're kind of practical. They're kind of serious. But even wolves play. Even wolves like to roughhouse a little bit. Yeah, there's something sexual here. Like I can't get away from that either. Like even if you're just friends, there's a creative spark of life between the two of you that I think you guys could play off of a lot with each other. Like I'm getting sacral to sacral. You could be connected through the sacral. Some of you, this is actually someone you've known, but for whatever reason, because you're elevating, it's allowing for more flow between the two of you. Almost like your leveling up has aligned you even deeper with this person. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. The wolf person's also very physical, whoever this playmate is. And when I say physical, I mean they really like the physical reality. Like they might like to work out a lot, or work with their hands, or you know what I mean, like tangible. Like they really like the earthy plane. And my dolphins, I feel like for those of you guys who resonate as a dolphin, I feel like walking through realms, realms, walking through realms. Like a lot of dream time, astrally galactic. Like you understand what I'm saying? Where it's like way more of like upper world. Yeah, it's like, okay, if I were to equate this to the worlds, right? Like you're like the heavens, you're the galactic energy, you're the non-tangible upper world, watery air like energy that can move through all kinds of realms and shit like that and timelines. While the wolf energy is very much rooted in the lower world and the middle world and is like very present. And again, if this is like a playmate situation, you may be more spiritual than them. You may be more into what we call woo woo. than they are, even if they're magical. Make sense? Makes sense. That's fun. But like I said, not all of you are getting a playmate. Sorry. But for those of you where it's just about your own growth, I mean, you're embodying that wolf energy within yourself, which is very, very grounding. And you're finding your place amongst people, a tribe, group, etc. Let's pull cards for you. And then I'm going to get up and stretch. Get up and do some yoga for like 20 minutes. Okay. What signs? Any messages or insights for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For those of you where this is a playmate, and like I said, like some of you have known this person before. Sorry about that. Thank you. It kind of brought me back. Where you've known this person before, I keep getting there was like a disconnect. There's some sort of disconnect or tension, like wheels in a machine, right? When everything's in flow, they're like moving, they're going, and then it's like you know what I mean? Like something's not like glitchy, like something's not quite right. Again, that's being rectified, I think, because of the root work that you're doing in this like further alignment with them. But they could have also been going through the same thing. Because I'm actually the word misunderstanding. Like something just wasn't in flow. But again, not all of you are getting a playmate. Okay. Any messages or insights? My water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is about you. Not just reaching this new level of you. It's part of it. But also finding your place. Your place in the grand scheme of things, your place within community, your place within tribe, your place with people, your role with people. You're understanding that more, you're seeing that more, and something in your root was holding you back, and probably just trauma, generational shit, programming shit, stuff like that. Any messages or insights from water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The Star. This is my North Node card. This is heading towards the future. It's Aquarius, but it's also healing and enlightenment and understanding. That feels good. That's an amazing first card to get, by the way. That's wish fulfillment. Enlightenment, wish fulfillment, joy, feeling one with the universe, feeling like you're headed the right direction. It's a feeling of being blessed. You're blessed, water signs. You're blessed. And you found some major healing here when it comes to the root work that you've been doing. Any other messages or insights from my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's see here. Empress. Wow. Just wow. Talk about an elevation. Star with the Empress. Empress is how the Empress sounds. It's being in your goddess energy, right? It's being in that next level of your own femininity, whether you're a man or a woman. That place of being interconnected with the universe and with spirit and being able to receive and understand and sit in a place of comfort and manifest and let things happen for you. It's a feeling of I've made it. It's a feeling of I've made it. Some of you will be blessed with a pregnancy. It is going to be a very interesting child. I'll just say it that way. Some of you might actually be getting like some recognition or stardom in some way for who you are as you're in this elevated process. That's what I mean by elevated too. Like star with the Empress, that could totally mean promotion or literally celebrity, whatever I'm reading for. The interesting thing though, we do get the Page of Wands in reverse. It feels like that's what's been eating away or getting eaten away at. Page of Wands in reverse can be like obnoxious behavior. It can be this feeling of discouragement, like not feeling like you can go on adventures in life, like your inner child spark is kind of like poo-pooed out, right? I feel like that's actually what's been transformed here for you, some deep inner child work. And and thirst and curiosity for adventure and being out and about in the world, like kind of being in the sun. There's some of that Leo energy there. Allowing yourself to be in the sun, allowing yourself to be here. You're going to allow yourself to be there now because you understand it better. You understand yourself better and the role that you're supposed to be playing in your own life and in your relationships and in society. Let's keep going. Any other messages or insights from our water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah. So I'm looking at where you've been. Some of the past energies coming up here. Maybe because some of you guys are still there. Yeah. Yeah. So everything that came out landed on the Page of Wands in reverse. Exactly what I felt was getting eaten away at or being transmuted here. And we have this. 7 of Cups, Hangman, and 6 of Swords in reverse. This is feeling really stuck, stagnant. When the Hangman comes out like this, it's a standstill. It's a pause because there's a need to reflect. There's a need to have some growth. But before that growth can happen, something needs to be recognized. That's what the Hangman is. And with the 7 of Cups and the 6 of Swords in reverse, there's confusion here. You don't have peace of mind. There's this feeling of I can't move forward. I can't move on. I can't move towards that thing. And it's all around the Page of Wands in reverse. For those of you guys where there's a playmate here and there's someone from your past, it could be your past experiences with them actually holding you up. Like negative self-talk. This feels like negative self-talk to me, or like inner child stuff that's been holding you back. And for some of you, that played out between you and your playmate here, which again, as you work through it and you heal and you rise, that'll be rectified. But if it's your own inner child stuff, it's from all the root work, okay? And it is negative self-talk. It's totally negative self-talk. Overall, we have the Page of Cups. I like that. I like that vibe. But then we get the 4 of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh. 7 of Swords. Ah! Ouch. With the 10 of Swords. We don't like that combination, do we? So again, for some of you where there's a playmate situation, there's an apology coming. No question. With the way these cards just came out, because look at this. Page of Cups, 4 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. This is somebody who was racked with guilt and trying to figure out what to do about their guilt and wants to come forward and apologize. For some of you, like I said, like they could have been going through the same stuff about dealing with their own Page of Wands in reverse energy, their own negative self-talk, and as you rise and they rise, they also recognize that you are the Empress and the Star. Right? Now, for those of you guys where there's not a playmate situation here, this root work was hard. I can see it. Water signs, I can see it. You're going through a lot of swords energy as you were going through this root work and as you were going through this negative self-talk. And I hate to say it, but I do see some self-sabotage here. I do. With the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, there's a 3 of Swords there. It's like you've been playing loops of where things were really hurtful and harmful, and almost like, God, it's hard to describe, like making what happened your responsibility in a way. Like, okay, so I'm like, how am I trying to give an example? So experiences where you experience the 7, the 3, and the 10. Betrayal, heartache, deceit, manipulation, people being shady, people backstabbing you, people ripping the rug out from under you. Experiences like that, and like almost wanting, and like in your mind, like taking control over them. Oh God, I'm not explaining this right. Like if I had only done this, it wouldn't have happened. Right? If I had only been more like this, they wouldn't have done that. You understand what I'm saying? And how that turns into negative self-talk later on as you carry this shit with you. Right? Like, I need to be more like this so that that doesn't happen again. Or I need to be more like this so that doesn't happen again. I need to make sure I do this to avoid this from happening to me again, even if it's with different people. There we go. I was like, I'm not explaining this right. There you go. That's the kind of stuff you were dealing with during this root work. And like I said, for some of you, this root work has been going on for a while, and you could have felt very stuck for a long time. months, maybe even a couple years, potentially, maybe through the pandemic. Maybe that's when this started for some of you. Some of you guys, this could have been part of a dark night of the soul sort of vibe, but it's been worked through. The vulture, that death magic's been helping you. And for some of you who get a playmate, they may be helping you to finalize this healing process. Because that's what I keep getting here. It's like playing out over and over things that have happened and what you could have done differently. And in your root work, in that Four Swords energy, being more gentle with yourself, being more kind to yourself. A lot of soothing of the inner child too, like maybe holding your inner child, talking to your inner child, recognizing that when you're hurt or when you're sad or when you're scared, that it's really your inner child reacting from the times where your inner child's been hurt and scared and betrayed and felt not safe, and soothing yourself through that, soothing away the negative self-talk. Wow. Hold on. And as a result, some of you have sabotaged certain social situations and opportunities because of that. And you're realizing that. But it's part of you rising into this beautiful, amazing, kick-ass, can't get any better cards energy. Let's get some advice for you, and we'll close this out. I'm laughing at Clyde. I am back. Can I get a card for water signs? Can I get an advice card for water signs? Ooh. Didn't expect that one. Be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. And you may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. That's the self-sabotage. That's totally the self-sabotage. It's sabotaging ways that you're moving away from, which again developed out of a need to protect yourself, a need to protect your feelings, your inner child. Excuse me. Hold on a second. Clyde. I saw he was going to jump up on the table, but that's what that is. Release the need to be right. And also release the negative self-talk, thinking that that's what's right, right? Some of you could have like pushed people away, like I said, out of wanting to protect yourself from experiencing this sort of stuff ever again. And I came out of negative self-talk and probably thinking that you weren't good enough or you weren't right enough or whatever. But all that is being done away with. Clyde, I'm also hearing thinking the worst of people. Working through that as well. All right, I'm gonna go because I need to use my inhaler, and we are at the end of the video. And I hope you guys really enjoy this and got a lot out of this 2.5 hours. And I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you soon. Take care.